Welcome to the Northern Outcast Outdoors podcast, The Outcast. Powered by A&F Custom Calls, Veteran Innovative Products.
Tune in soon.
Why do I always get myself in trouble like that? Every
Not
time.
with the joke.
Never fails. Never fails.
The video's there forever.
All right, so we're technically live right now. This is, what episode are we on?
6.
Is this 6?
7.
7. This is tech 7.
Wappler will be 6.
Yeah, we haven't posted it yet. So this is episode 7.
Oh, come on, make
We're
love
good.
to
We're
it.
good.
Make
We
love
got-
to
we
it.
got
I ain't trying to make out
full
with it.
house today.
Don't be scared.
We got
You gotta
our,
get in there nice and deep, like.
our
never an
nice
issue.
and deep, longtime friend. Can we get a mulligan on that one, or are we just
Oh,
gonna send it?
I didn't know you were starting it.
This is episode. No, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it. We're here with our buddy Joe Seaburn. You guys know him from the squirrel videos that we seem to be like well known for.
Willow
And,
could
Hey,
not
are
make
you
it
the
today.
guy from that squirrel video?
Yeah, we get that. Jeff gets that a lot.
Are we recording?
We're recording.
Oh, okay.
That shit is so exaggerated. He's out of control.
If you're on the crow, then you know.
I don't know. I heard a different story. I heard that you thought you were famous from that.
I am famous. Don't get me wrong.
Anthony Forletta.
I'll take it.
Give me a microphone to drop. So we're here, episode 7, full house. The dudes are here. We got our buddy Joe to talk about slaying squirrels. Willow is off, his dog, another insane season. Where you just got back from Michigan not that long ago, correct?
Yeah, we traveled quite a bit this year between PA, Ohio, West Virginia, Michigan. Went down to Kentucky once. So this is her first weekend off since September, so we got a little bit of a break. She's relaxing at home.
Not sure why she's not here.
I was told I was not allowed to bring her.
The
I got
Oz
the,
and
the
the
head,
little one are
the head
a little-
honcho over here said it wasn't a good idea.
I mean, I just thought she was going to be the one on tonight. I
She
didn't know
should be.
you were going to be the one on tonight.
She's the one that does all the work.
right. That was my confusion. I'm sorry. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I'm good.
Yeah, do that.
I'm good.
So for those of you that don't know, Joe, I don't know if you want to give us just like a 1,000-foot view, as Chuck said the last time.
Basically, all we do is squirrel hunt. A lot of people don't really understand the concept of squirrel hunting with a dog. They kind of think like, hey, my dog saw a squirrel at the park, chased it up a tree, but it's not really how that goes. As Boer and Jeff and Tanner know, things can escalate pretty quickly. 1 second you're looking at the dog, and the next second you don't know where it's at. So it's a lot more work that goes into it than that. So we'll eventually get into everything. And
But who are you? Who are you?
I'm nobody.
No.
I'm not important.
I'm nobody.
Little
Willow's
intro. I
caretaker.
mean, when you got into hunting, you know, the whole gig, that kind of stuff.
I've been hunting since I can remember, honestly, between my dad showing me around. He showed me the ropes. Used to run trap lines with him and squirrel hunt, small game hunt, deer hunt, turkey hunt. Pretty much learned everything I know from my dad. Just eventually graduated into hunting more and more on my own and learning more things. And love being outside, love hunting, love the adventure.
When did you start squirrel hunting?
Since I could hunt before I could even legally hunt, always went with my dad, but we never had squirrel dogs until a couple years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I got my first squirrel dog.
For anyone that doesn't know, Boer just took a gun away from him for some reason. You want to explain that move?
It was my gun.
Oh. I know.
My gun.
Were you feeling unsafe?
No.
Okay.
I think we were all feeling a little bit unsafe.
I feel a little less safe now that you have it.
I always have it.
Yeah.
You
well,
know
that's
this.
fine. Well, that's interesting. Actually, when I saw Willow for the first time, I didn't expect Willow to look like what Willow looks like. I thought
Yeah.
squirrel dog. I thought like a little Jack Russell blend.
People
like
do use Jack Russells.
small dogs.
More often, I'd say the most common dog used is a mountain cur. So more often everybody uses the original squirrel dog, I would say. Competition dogs usually have escalated into walkers now and hounds. People use feists, bunch of different stuff. Those are main category of dogs used. People are starting to use hounds more because they have their colder nose, easier for competitions. A dog's going to get treed no matter whether it's 10 degrees outside or 70 degrees outside.
No shit.
Curs have a little bit hotter nose, so they're not picking up the same scent that hounds do sometimes, but they're all very good dogs and just personal preference.
Yeah.
How did you land on Willow? Blue
Actually,
tick.
had no idea that I was ever going to squirrel hunt with a dog. Didn't even know it was a thing. I got out of the academy, and the wife wanted a dog that she could run with. I wanted a dog that I could hunt with because I had always trapped through high school and college to make some extra money. I was going to coon hunt. Got put on nights and couldn't coon hunt, so my dad was like, "Oh, it's a coon hunt, squirrel hunt. They both tree the game. Let's see what we can do." And me, I'm like, "Wow, we're onto something here." I was like, nobody knows about this other than us. Meanwhile, it's this great thing people have been doing for a long time, so that's how we stumbled upon that.
I mean, you run her competitively. I mean, for those who don't know, you're ranked what nationally right now?
The standings just came out for the 2020 season. We just finished 5th in the country. She had a rough last couple weeks, but she had a couple weeks where she put on good showing for about 4 or 5 weeks straight, and we racked up some points and ended up 5th in the country. So she did everything I asked her to do this year and looked better than I can expect. So
Yeah, you can't beat that. 5th in the nation is
yeah.
that's something to say.
I think there was 270 dogs that competed this year throughout the country, so
Holy shit.
I mean,
take it.
when you go to like the big ones in Michigan and Kentucky, like how many like other dogs are there like at those specific events?
I think we're going to go down to the World Hunt down at Land Between the Lakes in Kentucky in 3 weeks, March 13th, I think that is. And there'll probably be like 70, 80 dogs there.
That's freaking insane.
It's crazy.
So
Yes.
how do they run the competitions like day wise? Is it like a multiple day thing or
Some of the bigger ones are the World Hunt. It's two days, I think. So the smaller ones where it's just maybe 10 dogs, you'll show up. All the guys go into the clubhouse. You'll register your dog. From there, they'll draw casts. So say there's 9 dogs. You'll do three dog casts. So they'll pretty much pick out of a hat. You'll put it on a card, scorecard. 3 dogs each card. From there, you have a guide and a judge who will take you to a certain section of woods. You cut your 3 dogs loose, go through the competition. If you win your cast, you'll go back to the next round. So say there's 3 casts, 9 dogs. You'll have the 3 cast winners who will go out for the final round. And then from there, it's placement based on score after that.
So how do you score? What's the scoring?
So you'll tell the judge, if your dog gets treed, you'll declare your dog treed. If the dog leaves the tree after you've declared it treed, you take a minus points. So you'll start at 0. So you take a minus, you'll go in the whole 100. If you walk into the tree and see the squirrel, that's 100 plus. If you walk into the tree and there's say like a nest or a den or any kind of refuge where the squirrel could have went that you don't see the squirrel or find the squirrel, it's 100 circle points. So that's pretty much like a tiebreaker. You want to have plus points. But say like no dog scores on a squirrel the whole cast, which this weather we got right now, and plus the breeding, they're pretty much denned up for the most part. So sometimes you're going to go a whole cast without finding a squirrel. It'll come down to the circle points, and it's pretty much like a tiebreaker deal.
how long's a cast last?
First rounds are usually 90 minutes. Second round after that's 60 minutes.
Badass. I didn't know that. I thought you actually like went out there and killed a bunch of squirrels.
No, you're not allowed to carry guns on the cast, though.
Okay.
So it's just you score the squirrel, see it, and move on to the next one.
Probably
Yeah.
a safety thing with all those
It
people
could
down
be,
there.
yeah,
for
it
sure.
would very much
probably
is.
be smart. Yeah. Now, go ahead.
Like if they let's say you have multiple dogs in one area, like how do they go about bringing the next dogs in? Like they're not going to hunt the same area.
No, you hunt different woods. Most clubs will have guides. They'll take take different casts at different spots. So
What
you
kind of,
usually
like-
don't hunt the same area of woods multiple times.
Like how big are these areas usually? Do they have like a certain amount sectioned off or?
No, some people will take you to private land. So like we've gone to my farm. Like say we had a cast, I'd take somebody to my farm, take somebody else to a game lands. It's a mixture of private and public for the most part.
So you can go wherever.
Yeah, wherever
Doesn't
there's
matter. It
squirrels.
doesn't have
Where-
to be like a club, like how you said, a clubhouse.
No, some people that go to the club will have private land they go to.
I gotcha.
So wherever they have permission to
You
go,
just
they'll take the cast.
plan it. and
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's go here this week and
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh, so you get to pick
That's pretty
yourself.
cool.
No, whoever the guide is.
Oh,
like
okay.
say I
Gotcha.
draw out and I have a guide who's going to take us. Whoever they have permission to go to or thinks a good spot, they'll take us there.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And you have a judge with you the whole time?
Yeah, the judge can be one of the people on the cast. Usually we're all, like when you get to the bigger hunts, they'll have like a non-hunting judge, so it's
Sure.
impartial.
Yeah.
But some of the smaller ones where say it's like us hunting, like I say, I'll have to judge just because there's not enough people to go about and do that for us.
I guess if there's 2 other people there's kind of some accountability.
Yeah,
I guess it ain't like
you're not going to get cheated. Everybody knows the rules, and pretty much everybody just relies on their dog. It's not a handler competition. The best dog's usually going to win. You got to know the rules, but
Right.
we're there for the dog, not for us.
yeah.
Right.
Willow's gonna win.
Yeah, she has her moments, but we'll see.
Yeah, I cut it out in like the couple of videos we have hunting with Joe, but like he'll start yelling at that dog like a little like old Italian dude yelling at his little Dago wife for overcooking the pasta on Sunday morning. You know what I mean?
D word.
We're from Newcastle. We can absolutely say the D word.
Have to send them to sensitivity training.
Man, seriously.
But like they
Grandfather was here right now.
they fight with each other like an old married couple. Like it's like if you hunted with Joe, you understand it.
Yeah.
A lot of work goes into it, honestly. Like,
I told him the one time, I was like, I got this little puppy beagle. Can I bring him along? He won't bother. Meanwhile, he's like,
she still goes. She doesn't. She'll go. She does her own thing.
She didn't mind one bit. The beagle now pretends like he thinks he's a squirrel dog. Like it's bad. He sees
Hilarious.
a squirrel now, dude. It's stupid. He won't chase rabbits, but he'll chase squirrels. So thanks for that.
I got you
Appreciate
anytime.
that.
That'll work. That'll work.
Hey, meat dog.
Yeah, I mean, either way, I'll kill squirrels and rabbits. You should have seen a rabbit Jeff and I saw today.
I thought it was a coyote.
Dude.
It's alright, the coyote we saw we thought was a freaking cow, so I mean, whatever. It's all relative, I guess.
I'm telling you, man.
Dude, it was massive. I probably could have shot it with the 270 and still saved the meat on it.
Oh my god.
That's
I can't
great.
leave you two alone anywhere.
No, you really can't. We're bad news. We're bad news. So,
fun.
you've had Willow competing for how long now?
She's 4.5, so 2.5, 3 years now. We've been doing the competition circuit.
You got quite a resume.
She's done good for herself. For like most, I think she's the only blue ticker on the circuit right now. So
That was what I was going to point out, because I remember when I went with you the one day, you had mentioned
yeah, she's
that
definitely
she's like
different.
she's like an outcast in that
You could say-
sense. you like that?
Good pun there.
Shameless
She did
plug.
that. She is one
She's
of
like
a kind.
she's like the one that sticks out that shouldn't technically be there in that
A lot of people
in that
laugh
realm.
when you pull a blue tick out of the box,
Yeah.
but she's
when
done
she goes to
what
work,
she's
she
needed to
proves
do.
herself.
So,
Yeah, I
like I said,
it
she's
was
not
cool.
she's nothing special, but
That
she
dog has
does
a lot of personality.
She does have a lot of personality.
Like a lot of personality, which is
She holds a grudge too, like no other.
dude. The last time we went hunting, we took my buddy Phil from Pittsburgh. It was his kid's first time hunting ever, anything at all. And Willow was like jacking around in this like briar patch, like circling the same tree, and he's just like, "Willow, figure it out!" And like I remember Phil like turned around and looked at me like, I was like, it's good, dude. It's good. Don't worry.
Just starts
This is
screaming
normal.
at her.
This is
meanwhile,
normal.
Willow turns around like literally like looks right back at him like, really?
You figure it out. There's a squirrel up there. I'm telling you right now.
Look up, asshole.
It was literally like that. It was literally like that.
Yeah. We switched over to that second spot. We went to a different game lands, and we ended up being able to get him his first squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
It took about 25 minutes. It was, what was that, September?
Yeah,
I think
it was
the
like
first
the first
weekend.
weekend. Yeah, it was. I remember.
It was like
really
80
hot.
degrees out, and the kid we brought along couldn't find the squirrel in the tree, the leaves were on the tree. It wasn't easy.
I couldn't find it right
I
away
was
either. To be
like-
fair, either.
I was like, if we don't find the squirrel in 5 minutes, I'm going to have to pull Willow off the tree, because she was starting to overheat. She was heated. She was treed for like 20 minutes before we
Wow.
finally shot the squirrel down.
And she gets nasty on that tree too. She'll bite the bark.
Yeah,
and,
she'll shit bark for a week afterwards after I hunt her.
It's hilarious.
She just eats it.
The best too is like if we're like say we get one treed up and it like runs in like a little hole or like a dead tree or something like that, Joe will come up and start beating it with like a limb to try to flush it out of the thing, dude. She'll start grabbing,
trying to tear the tree
grabbing
down.
vines, like
Grapevine
grapevines and
tangles,
pulling
yeah.
on it with them. Like I'm gonna have to put like a clip up on our
Yeah.
Instagram of it, because it's like it's wild. Like she like knows when he's like trying to make noise on that tree, she goes up.
She
and
knows
just
where it's at.
grabs low hanging limbs and like hangs from them like a freaking pirate.
She
like,
tries to eat through the tree.
literally.
Like, it's insane.
I knew
I've
you were
actually
in there.
found her hanging from a limb before.
Yeah,
like
that's incredible.
she stopped barking, and I was wondering what was wrong, because my GPS said she was still treed. So I was like kind of in a hurry to get to her because I didn't hear her no more. Well, I got there, and one of them grapevines, she got it lodged in her mouth. And her teeth were like lodged in the grapevine, and she was just swinging back and forth from the tree.
That's great. That's great.
Poor dog.
She works her ass off though. I know that.
Yeah.
We've put a lot of miles in this year. Hunting
Yeah. I
3,
get
4, 5 times a day.
Snapchats daily
Yeah.
of her, either a picture of the GPS or her barking or something, and it's literally every day.
I've set a lot of goals this year, and I pushed her a lot, and she lived up to it and did everything I could ask this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, on
She's a
average,
great
how many
dog.
days a week do you run her? Like, actually, like, take her in the woods and, like, go chase squirrels?
Probably
prime
around
time?
4.
Four or
At least
five.
4 days a week, yeah, usually.
That's incredible.
Whether I actually hunt a full day or just let her get treed once or twice, usually she's in the woods doing something a few times a week.
How do you go about, I mean, like, you let her off the leash, like, you really don't have to do anything. She goes and, like, does her thing. I mean, how did you go about training a dog to do that? Because it's literally just, like, cut her loose and you
She
wait
does
for her
her
to
thing,
bark,
yeah,
she finds the
it's
tree.
impressive.
I mean,
It
it's
is.
cool to
It really
watch.
is.
It really is cool to watch.
So when we first started out, just mainly doing obedience stuff. That's how I start. I've trained dogs helping my dad and helping other people since I can remember, whether pheasant dogs or rabbit dogs, but squirrel dog was a little bit different because it was my first time doing it. So I read a lot of articles, talked to a lot of people, and basically I shot a squirrel just out of the backyard, let her play with it just like a chew toy. She enjoyed it. From there, I would hang it up in a tree and just like I would drag it up the tree, kind of like how a squirrel would go up the tree now. Let her sniff it, bark, talk her up a little bit, get her excited. From there, it was more or less just putting her out in the woods,
Natural
and
instinct.
let her do it, because there were a lot of times where she was a puppy, she wouldn't really leave my side. I think she was 6 months old when she treated her first squirrel by herself.
How'd you break her of that? Because my beagle does the same thing. Like, when we're hunting, he's always, like, right on my hip.
You just got to kind of let them sit there and get bored being next to you. I'd just sit down on the log and tell her to go do her own thing until she wandered off. Kind of, if you keep talking to them, they're going to stay next to you, but you just kind of sit on a stump and let them wander off. They finally kind of figure it out, I guess. But it was like, she was 6 months old, I think, and we just went for a walk through the woods. I heard her bark, and she was only maybe 40 yards from me. And I looked up the tree and saw the squirrel go up the tree. I was like, oh, wow, we finally figured this out.
You did it.
Jeez, man.
That's impressive though. 6 months?
It's different.
I'm still trying to potty train a dog at 6 months.
There's dogs that are like 6, 7 months that are like really good competition circuit dogs already.
Yeah.
6 months is, every dog bloom's different. Some start early, some don't start till they're a year and a half old. Just
Yeah.
kind of depends on the dog. A lot
an
of people won't
instinct
give
in
them the
them.
time to wait that long, but
Yeah. That's just instinct. It just goes to show you that dogs are like
Crazy.
the real deal.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I know, like, I can only relate as beagle dogs, because I've had beagle dogs my whole
Yeah.
life, you know. And we had a really, really good one, and then trying to train a new dog without another dog to train them with, it's really difficult. So I can definitely attest to what you've done, because it is very hard to train a dog by themselves on, one specific thing. Like, rabbit's not as hard as squirrel. I know that for a fact, but it's just, it's tough, man.
it's
really
all,
tough.
I enjoy it. I love working with a dog. When you see a dog finally figure it all out and put it together, it's very relieving.
Yeah,
It
we've
is-
said
is
it on
cool.
here before. Like, hunting with a dog, it just changes the atmosphere of hunting.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's like a total different.
Even with
Like
kids too.
you're not even
Yeah.
there for the hunt. You're there to watch the dog do its thing.
Yeah, there's
It's
a lot
not
of times
really like
where
the hunting part of it. It's to watch the dog. And
you
watch
guys
it
know
work.
I don't even shoot squirrels mainly half the time. I'll
Yeah.
do it when I need to fill up the freezer or something like that, or I volunteer and I donate some squirrels. But
Oh, yeah.
a lot of the time, I'm there to train the dog and let
Yeah.
her work.
I got a squirrel spot for you.
Oh man,
Easy.
What did you think about the first time that we all went hunting, like me, you, and Jeff went hunting together?
The
and
archery hunt?
And he was pulling the bow out the first time. What was going through your head that first
I didn't
time?
think there was a chance he was gonna hit that squirrel. I didn't think there was a prayer.
To be fair, I didn't either. So,
That first one was what, 40 feet up a tree.
oh yeah, it was
We
way
didn't
up.
even try.
Yeah, I didn't even try.
That was like a cross,
That was
like a
kind of
little,
a-
Yeah.
little valley, like a little gully over.
Yeah.
That was a poke, actually.
Oh yeah.
We got to get you a legitimate, like, squirrel setup now. Like,
Oh.
with flu-flus and everything.
Yeah,
We got to get
definitely.
you set up legitimately.
That first one he shot that day, it was on the
He
North
smoked
Country
it.
Trail too.
Yeah, it was right on the edge of the trail.
Yeah.
Right on the
That
edge
was
of our
hilarious.
property, bordering the country trail, and he smoked it.
Did you see the sneak peek of the new VIP broadhead, the turkey head?
I have not.
It would be a squirrel
Dude, I gotta-
demolisher.
Yeah, I gotta get one.
It would be a squirrel demolisher.
No
It's
shit.
got like 2 blades out front this way, and then 2 blades behind it this way. Like
I think I did see that. now
spaced
that you
about
mention it.
that far apart.
I don't know.
So,
I don't know if I did or not.
it's like a new turkey guillotine that he came out with. It's gonna be very limited edition. But when Booer and I talked to him, we mentioned about Jeff shooting squirrels with that thing.
Yeah,
How
and he said
fun
he
that
wanted
would
to
be.
shoot a freaking hog with it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna look for it right now.
I'll find it for you.
The hunt lot we didn't do this year's annual archery extravaganza.
No, we didn't do an archery. We took the kids this year.
We did take the kids on Thanksgiving.
That thing?
We got a 1-man limit that day too. We cleaned house that day.
No.
We saw Willow got treed 9 times. We saw 7 squirrels and shot 6.
Yeah, we had a good day that day.
Yeah, we
That
did
was a
really
blast
good.
that day.
That's real.
That was fun.
That's really good with the kids.
They had a lot of action, yeah.
Sabelli was with us too. Did he
Sabelli
ever-
was
that
with
was
us.
his first
Sabelli
squirrel?
got his first one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was 2 first squirrels that day.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Show.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. That's going to do some damage.
Oh yeah.
I mean, those
Yeah.
judo points we were using, those ones you had were like, the tips of them were like broadhead tips. And the one last year, stuck in that tree.
I was going to say, did they know about
the-
when he climbed the tree to go get that arrow?
It's in the video. It's sort of in the video, but he
I
climbed
know
the
about
tree,
it,
and
yeah.
Willow like started going like ballistic at the tree, like because he was. I mean, he
climbing
climbed
the
up
tree.
like how high do you think he climbed? 15 feet.
15 feet.
So he climbed 15 feet straight up this tree like a freaking monkey,
Please
got
do
up
not
there.
do this at home.
Okay.
and then. Yeah, don't ever do what Jeff does ever.
Uh-uh.
But he's up there, and the dog is just going ballistic down at the bottom of the tree, just like hooting and hollering.
Oh, it's a big squirrel!
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff, shake him out.
Then you see Jeff climbing down the tree like freaking
Shimmying
Jack
back
Sparrow
down.
with the arrow in his mouth.
That's funny.
That's great.
Like I said, man, $30. I'm cheap as hell. I can't leave that up there. There's no way.
No, I'm the same way.
No way.
He is the
I'll
mooch.
cut the damn tree down if I have to. Cause the day we went, I took my bow. I tried, and I
Dude, you dumped a whole quiver that
I did.
day. And then his dad ended up killing it with the BB gun.
That was a bad day. We barely
That
saw
was
any.
like-
It
That
was
was a bad
a
day.
blizzard that day.
we couldn't even damn hit.
Then we saw one
the
squirrel.
thing, we couldn't hit it.
It was that day was bad.
It was the invincible squirrel.
That was the one day I said, I'm gonna leave the shotgun in the truck. We'll be good.
I think I
'Cause he had-
clipped it, but I didn't like. It wasn't good enough.
No.
No, and then his dude. How many times did your
I
dad
don't
shoot
know.
that thing? At least 3
I
times.
yell at him every time for bringing that stupid BB gun.
Is it one of them air BB guns? Yeah.
He loves it, but
I mean, they work.
yeah, he shoots a lot of squirrels with it. But when it's I don't know what the deal is. Sometimes he has to shoot it once to get it on, and then it's on. But then some days it's just nowhere close. And this was one of them days.
Yeah, it was because he probably shot like 10 times.
Yeah.
At least.
I mean, to be fair, it was.
It wouldn't die. It wouldn't die.
I mean, it was like we're like in that.
It was way up
little
in a
swamp.
tree. It was a
That
really
tree
thick,
was-
swampy, squirrely area.
Yeah, it was pretty.
And they're
gnarly.
pretty tough too. Like the
was-
one you shot that time, and it was still came out
He
of that
shot
log.
that
shot
day.
it with-
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
sent it helicoptering through the air.
dude. That it wasn't a dude. It was like a little
It was tiny.
thing. It ran across the ground, and we all bring our turkey guns to shoot these because I mean sometimes you're shooting 40 yards up this tree through some crazy stuff, so you want the turkey
40
choke.
feet, but yeah.
Whatever. Well, if you're shooting across the valley like we did that one day,
That
I
was a
mean, dude,
long
it was
shot.
every bit
It was
of 40,
high
45
up in
yards.
the air.
That's intense. That's intense.
So I mean, like you want the turkey choke to get through there, and this thing ran across the ground 20 feet from me, and I was like, I saw the log it was going for, so I shot it, and I definitely hit it in some manner.
There was
If-
blood and not going into
If
that
I would
log.
have hit it straight on, there wouldn't have been any. It would have evaporated at that close. But
One rule I give Booer is not to shoot on the ground, and he's firing as he's running across the ground.
there was nobody. I knew what was going on. I was very aware situationally. But that thing was in the log, and I was like,
Yeah.
dude, it's dead. It's got to be dead. And then, pew,
Willow
was it
Willow was half in the log trying to get it out.
Dude, they're over there beating this log. Like,
poking it, and I remember
yeah,
coming out
everything,
with
and
like
this
fur
thing
and blood on
comes
this stick.
running out.
Yeah.
We're like,
Goes
it's
up the
dead.
tree, shot it again, and it ran around the other side of the tree. And Chucky finally shot it a third time, and it like swanton bombed off the back of the tree. It, like literally went off the top turnbuckle. Like
It did like 10
it was a
turns.
lot.
There wasn't much left of it. I said I wasn't taking that one.
So basically, what we're saying, go squirrel hunting. It's a freaking blast.
It is. It is
It's,
fun.
it's really fun. It's a good way to keep people engaged rather than deer hunting. You're just sitting there waiting on a deer to come by. Squirrel hunting, you're constantly, there's a little bit of action.
On the move.
My son always talks about it, and we've gone.
Yeah, we've
maybe
gone
3
with a
times.
bunch of times
Have we
with
gone
us.
3 times? But he always talks about it. He loves
Yeah.
it. He can't wait to go back. So
Me, you, and him went last year.
Pulaski,
Pulaski
yeah.
game lands. Yeah, we had a good day that day.
Yeah, that was good. How many we get?
I think we saw 4 and shot 3.
Yeah. I know we had his 410. It was a little.
That was tough, yeah.
There was a couple times where they got up.
Still getting the
across.
kid to shoot, at least having a little bit of action. It's always
One of these days, the farm out in Pulaski that I hunt, we're gonna have to go out there.
anytime. Yeah,
Because it's just a big,
season ends next Saturday,
big
but
thicket. Yeah, well, I mean, it
you
don't have to
know,
be.
I run any time. I'm year round taking her out.
Yeah. We'll have to
Always
we'll,
up for
we'll
it.
have to venture out there and
Oh, for sure.
and take a gander.
Yeah.
That's why I told Sabelli he needed to. He said he wanted to come deer hunting with us, and the same thing with my buddy Phil. Never been hunting before. It's like just getting in the woods.
It's a good way to introduce people to hunting in general.
It's a great way. People are like,
Yeah.
"Nah, I don't want to shoot a squirrel. I want to go deer hunting." It's like, well, dude, have you ever shot and killed anything?
Yeah,
Ever
right.
at all? Like, have you shot a gun before? Have
Right.
You,
Just
any of that?
understanding that wildlife moves and actually reacts in different things.
Well, plus being safe too. That's a lot less pressure, and you can keep an eye on them. First time hunters a little better. When the dog's out running, and you don't got to worry as much about everything else, I guess too.
You're more or less you're not doing all the work. The dog's more or less doing the work, and you walk in, and once the dog's already done what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. No, I say that's how we all started. Every one of us here, going out and shooting rabbits and squirrels. I think there's no better way to introduce, and especially for kids too. You can't bring a 9-year-old out for the first day of rifle in November, and it's like 10 degrees out, and expect them to like have a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's a whole different world. Like to get them excited about hunting. I know, small game is huge. Turkey season, that kind of stuff is really big in introducing people into hunting game. And like you said, with the dog, you're almost, I don't want to say you're guaranteed, but you're almost guaranteed to have action.
That's what I tell people too. A lot of people will say, I go squirrel hunting and I'll still hunt in a spot. And I'm like, well, yeah, some days you might catch like 5-6 squirrels coming past you. But then there's other days where there's not a single thing moving and you're pretty much deer hunting. You're just sitting there waiting on a squirrel to come by. But with a dog, you're going to get treed. You're going to at least look at a tree. And there's very few days, or I wouldn't say very few, but I have less days where I don't see a squirrel with a dog than you would just still hunt.
Right. Yeah.
That day we went out to Pulaski, there was that dude sitting there just waiting for a squirrel.
Yeah,
at like 10
I forgot
o'clock.
we went past
Yeah,
him,
we already had like 3 in the
Yeah,
bag.
we had
We're
3
just
squirrels already, and he said he hadn't seen anything all day.
like, all right, have a good one, fella.
Dog goes running past them.
Just taking all the squirrels.
It's weird. It's weird to say because I love hunting so much that the first time I went small game hunting was when we went.
Yeah.
And that was 2 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
we went down to the farm.
it literally opened my eyes to like a whole different realm, and I want to keep doing it.
Like, quite frankly,
year-
I'm at the point where turkey's number one. I love turkey hunting. That's my
Yes,
favorite.
my son. Yes.
But I'd rather squirrel hunt than deer hunt anymore. With the dog, at least.
Yeah.
I'd rather cut the dog loose and go for a hunt, whether training or competition or with you guys, than deer hunting. Deer
Well,
hunting just doesn't do it
this
for me
year
anymore.
during hunting season, you sent me a lot of videos of running Willow, and I was
Yeah.
like, "What are you doing? It's deer season."
It's like mid-rut and I'm running the dog.
yeah. I'm like, "Damn, dude."
Dude, my guy.
The commitment.
The hell's wrong
Yeah.
with you, boy?
I won't take her in the woods during rifle season, but
Yeah, no.
archery season, I was mid-rut. I'd hunt half the day squirrel hunting and half the day being in a tree stand.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Joe
Nothing
still
wrong
got
with that.
more deer than us two on top of that.
I would just, even in archery, I'd be careful with her because there's so many idiots
I make
out
sure
there.
I-
you know?
Well, she wears
I
a
bet
vest.
where I'm
Don't she?
at.
Don't she wear a
Archery
vest?
season, I'll put a
Yeah.
orange vest on her.
It's just like guys think that
it's-
dog would be chasing a deer. Like, say she goes running after a squirrel and deer come flushing out.
Yeah.
You got some mad asshole up in a tree that just wants to.
I was over in Ashtabula for a competition this year, and we went to score another dog, and I looked at the GPS, and she was like 900 yards away. So I didn't know what she was doing, but it looked like she was on a road. So we called a timeout, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go grab her because I didn't know what she was doing. Well, I got a phone call from like a guy in Butler, and I was like, what's going on? But then the same number, I was in a competition, I wasn't on my phone, so I didn't even look at it or pay any attention. Well, somebody else got a call too. Willow was treed on this guy's tree stand, like where he was hunting over in Ohio. And he climbed down, and she followed him back to the truck. And he was like, "Oh, well, hey, she's with me." He put her in the back of the truck and drove her right to me. He was very good about it, but
Well,
like
That's what you like to
like
see.
you said too.
It's scary to think
People
about.
get mad about it too. You never know what's gonna happen, but
Yeah.
Very,
he
very
was very
upset.
good. He was very good about it.
Well, that's
and
good. Need more people like
said,
that.
"Hey, she's with me. She followed me out of my tree stand. Here she is. I'll bring her to you."
Was there a squirrel in it?
I was just gonna say,
don't
really,
know.
really,
I
Willow
bet you
just
that-
saved
I'd
him.
put money
from-
there was a squirrel
Yeah.
somewhere up there.
I'll guarantee it. Willow saved him from an interesting encounter.
Looking at the GPS, I saw her on the road, and that was my biggest concern. I
Yeah.
didn't know what was going on there.
Right.
Yeah, that's scary.
That day that me, you, and Tanner were out, we got kind of close up to that one road up there. I remember that car slowed down, and you were saying people will like come and grab your dog.
Yeah, I haven't seen it happen much up here, but like down south where running with dogs is a lot more prevalent than up north. You'll
Yeah.
see people. I follow all the dog pages on Facebook and whatnot. And a lot of people's dogs, it happens, they get shot or stolen off the chain or stolen off a tree. And you'll just get to the tree and the collar will be sitting there because they're going to drop the collar because it's GPS coordinated. So
Right.
they drop the collar and take the dog.
That's
Crazy as
I'm
that.
gonna I'm gonna swear for this one. That's fucking disgusting.
That's my biggest fear.
I had to. That just pissed me off. My blood's boiling right now just thinking about it.
That's
you
I'm,
imagine?
I'm very
I love
I'm very
dogs.
cautious where I
I
run
love
her,
dogs
but-
probably more than people.
Not
so.
only that, it's like you put all that effort and time into training a
money,
dog.
too, on
and
top of
money.
that.
Yeah.
Like
Damn.
yeah, that time we went, I just remembered that. No, she was up on the edge of Ditko Road,
Yeah,
and that
we-
guy slowed down and was like, "Hey, what are you hunting for?" But if we weren't there, it could have gone
Shady,
sideways.
yeah, 'cause
it was real weird.
Luckily, we were right there. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, of course, it was in like the thickest of thick.
We were
Yeah, we were trying
running
to
that
get
tree.
to her.
Yeah.
Because she was a ways away.
Yeah. Yep. That
That's
prick.
shitty.
I'd have.
That was weird. Well, that's
gonna
a,
say nothing.
if the cars that drive down that road too, that's like
There's
Yeah.
that's
That's
yeah
a
that's
sketchy-
sketchy. That's a
sketchy
sketchy
area.
little spot there.
trailer park rock stars. Like,
This is messed up to say. Not really messed up because I would do it, but I've always said if somebody shoots my dog, that won't be the only shot that's fired that day.
Yeah.
oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I think
I've heard that before.
most people
Yeah.
listening to this would agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
No
I had
doubt.
a little Shih Tzu one time scare away about a 140 class buck that was bedded about 60 yards in front of me. Yeah, I wasn't very happy, but I wasn't going to shoot the dog.
The Shih Tzu almost got shitted on.
I
The
don't
Shih Tzu almost got thrown in the river, but
see. I don't consider those dogs. To be fair,
Just large rodents.
yeah, that's some kind of varmint.
Larger rodents.
two of them. It was the funniest thing. This
Those
little
are-
like puffy thing, and then
Little
this little
bastards.
tiny yippy thing. And sure enough, they come running down over the hill, and this freaking 140 stands up 60 yards in front of me and bolts past my tree stand. I'm in full drop. Runs right across, crosses the river. The dogs freaking stop, obviously, but then he goes by and Joe almost shot my brother Joe, and then he ended up shooting that same deer like 2 days later. It was pretty cool story, actually, but I was pretty upset.
It all worked
'cause-
out at least, but
For your
Damn it.
brother, as
that
always.
was my deer. That was my deer, damn it.
What the hell's a Shih Tzu doing out there?
Some guy, there was private land up on top of the hill, and this guy was
Some
out.
kid's
Stupid
little
name.
playhouse.
Yeah, this guy was out on his quad, like running the chainsaw nonstop, and he must have had his dogs with him, and they ran over the hill and chased the deer.
Brings a Shih Tzu
Who
to
the
go
hell
cut trees down.
in their
You
right mind names
should
a
have
dog a
seen that.
Shih Tzu? Like that's the breed.
You should have
What
seen
the
that.
fuck is
We're
wrong with
talking
people?
Southern Ohio boys, okay? You should have
Jeez.
seen the scene.
Oh my
It
God.
was insane. Yeah.
I saw one in Walmart the other night. Shih Tzu
Kick
just
it?
chilling.
A Shih Tzu.
I don't like
Did
those
you
ankle
punt it?
biters.
It was weird.
They're so puntable.
Yeah.
100%.
Damn it, Baxter.
My brother has one of them little Yorkie things. It's literally as big as this Jackery. Is that what that is?
I don't know what
It's
the
literally as
Jackery
big.
is.
It's
That's the
literally
brand
as
name.
it's literally as big as this, and I just want
Shot put it.
shot put.
Yeet it.
Yeet
Yeah.
it. Hit it with the yeet cannon.
I'm sorry I brought us on this ad. That's
We
my
got
bad.
well.
But anyway, back to loving
going
dogs.
down the rabbit hole real
Yeah,
quick.
I accidentally started pouring whiskey like immediately.
Back to loving dogs.
Back to Willow.
So, 2020 season, did you notice more of a concentration of dudes in the woods as much as we did for everything else?
It was insane. Turkey season was ridiculously miserable for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you were texting
know
each
my
other.
stories.
Yeah.
There was numerous times where, because turkey season was right after COVID really started to hit.
Yeah.
Because COVID really came about in March.
It was like a couple weeks,
Yeah.
maybe a month before
it was
got
late
like heavy.
March.
Yeah.
But then turkey season was just wild. People everywhere, not even like people. I get people want to go outside into the woods, but people were unsafe about it. People that had never hunted before, just walking aimlessly through the woods, yelping and gobbling. And
Yeah.
I think the best story though was Jeff's that day that he said you were set down and that dude was calling as he was walking with that Davy Crockett hat on and just like came through the bushes like 10 feet in front of you.
Wild.
I do have to thank you for that turkey decoy, by the way. I think,
Yeah. Hopefully that worked out for you.
I ended up we killed 3 birds off of it, and 1 was missed off of it.
It was
so.
a win-win because I couldn't kill anything with that full strut, and I went through a half strut and had
Yeah.
a lot more luck with it.
Good. I bought his decoy.
I've never had any luck with decoys.
That full
I just
strut,
started turkey hunting, so I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, I mean that full strut. I legitimately the first day of the season I had it set up when my man's missed
My mans.
at 25 yards. And
They
bird was
seem to
coming
be
in
better
kick its
early
ass.
season. Turkeys, decoys are much better early season than late season, I feel
Yeah.
like. But
Yeah,
If you're on a
Good,
field,
man.
Early season in PA is late season though.
that's very
Yeah.
true
You know.
also.
Yeah, really.
True.
Seasons are over down south by the time PA starts.
Right.
It is because I went to Alabama last year and it was, or no,
Yeah.
was it last year?
They come in.
Yeah.
They come in April down there.
you
And
hunted
it was
the week
like-
before ours started
Yeah,
and it was
and
like
that was
the last
that
week.
was their last couple of days.
Yeah.
I caught,
insane.
and it was. He goes, well, I don't know. We're probably not gonna hear shit because it gets hunted hard down there, and
I will
we
say
ended up getting
though,
one to gobble, but it was
Was
on
that right off
private.
the roost?
what's yeah,
Was it on the roost? Yeah.
yeah, it flew down, and then when it hit the ground, it still gobbled, but it was on private, so we couldn't even.
Yeah.
I was
what,
more
like, I
worried
was
about
running-
rattlesnakes.
I was running Willow a ton mid-April when they're really in the heat of their breeding
Yeah.
season, and she was treed, and they were shock gobbling while she was treed.
Oh no
incredible.
shit!
They were just
Wow.
gobbling at anything at that point.
That's cool.
Then like 2 weeks later, they wouldn't say a word.
Yeah, go figure. Go figure.
I went out to
Should have brought
scout
Willow.
to
Should've.
get my son one, the week before, and dude, they were gobbling everywhere.
Yeah.
I couldn't not hear a gobble all morning. It was insane.
Yeah, we talked about how fire that youth season was. That was insane.
Dude,
Yeah.
so good.
Dude, you could call anything in.
That's the time to be there,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I saw 3 decent ones behind the house the other day, so I'm hoping they stick around.
Yeah, it's incredible what the difference that 1 week makes.
Just 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's really all it is.
Yeah.
Well, what our first weekend of the season this year, it was 27 degrees and snowing outside.
Yeah, and then
In
it
May.
went up to like 70.
You shot one in
and
the
then,
snow.
Yeah, that Saturday.
Saturday.
Then Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Yeah.
it snowed.
The next
like
week it was
inches.
60, 70 degrees.
Yeah.
It was
Dumb.
stupid.
Pennsylvania's losing its damn mind.
I've killed 2 birds in the snow in like the last 5 years.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, and then the year before that, I brought you up. It was your first time ever turkey hunting.
It's fucking terrible.
Dude, it was like 80-mile-an-hour winds up in the spot.
It was so miserable.
You learn to hate wind in turkey season.
Oh, dude.
Because you can't hear anything, you
No,
can't call.
It's terrible.
So bad.
You
Still had fun, but it was
Yeah,
so
it's spot
bad.
and stock for sure.
Yeah.
That's your only hope.
which with
Well, not to
turkey,
mention
you
that-
can't, like
Yeah.
it's
Not to
oh,
mention
no,
they cut all the damn trees down. Too,
yeah, that was
so.
a bad. Yeah,
I remember you telling me that.
They cut.
I've
they
told you
logged
a
that
few
whole
times
area.
in the last couple years turkey hunting, and like you could hear me like sniffling, like I just got done sobbing in the corner of the room, sucking my thumb, like during turkey season.
So it was just a normal day.
Yeah.
Standard day.
That's what
Standard.
this past year I hunted 24 out of like 27 days.
Dude, you got after.
And it
was
You got
miserable.
After it. Your year last year was
I
my
wore,
year
I
2
wore
years
myself
ago.
out. I literally burnt myself out turkey hunting every
Yeah.
single day.
No doubt. I've been lucky. My 2 years have been pretty.
You are a lucky son of a bitch.
I did. There's
I had a good year too. I
three,
can't complain.
three birds in 2 years.
Even only hunting.
In 2 years of hunting, this will be my 3rd year.
Shot 14 birds in 14 years.
That's
Nice.
a good record to have.
Did you end up
Pal.
getting one last year?
Yeah, I ended up
I
second to
thought
last
so.
day. I
Well,
shot.
obviously, 14 years.
Well, I mean, you bonus tag now. You can shoot 2 in a year in PA.
I did get my. I got.
True.
I got my
Ah,
bonus
very
tag
well
last year,
spoken.
but I only shot one.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
You saw a lot
I
of
could've
birds
shot.
too.
I
That
saw-
was
I
crazy.
see
You
a
were
lot of
on 'em
birds.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Every year I see a lot of birds just sealing the deal. Sometimes they don't want to cooperate.
People don't understand in Turkey that like you could only hunt till noon in PA, but if you're out there, like if you're really getting after it, like if you're trying to like make moves, dude, you can be burnt out by Thursday.
Oh,
Yeah.
if
Like,
you're
if you're
going every
going
day
hard-
and you're in there trying to roost them before
Yeah.
sunup,
You got to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
pretty much, because Spring, it's getting late at
3:30
5:30.
especially.
times.
Right.
Yeah.
I know
Especially
for
if you
sure.
got to hike in. It's like
Yeah.
you're waking up at 3:30 to get in the woods at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, if you're
Like-
walking at 5:30, you're making mistakes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
100%.
in trouble. You're in trouble.
like
I did
noon
it
comes
last year.
around, you're like,
Time to go to bed.
yeah, it's time to go to bed.
We
Right.
bitch and complain like,
Yeah.
why can't we hunt all day? And then it's like noon. You're like,
I don't even want to hunt all
zombie.
day.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
Well, they did change that. You can hunt the last 2 weeks of
Last-
the season. You
yeah.
can because I shot mine in the evening this year.
Yeah.
It was the first time I'd ever shot one in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one bird in the evening. It's fun in the evening. We almost got it done last day of the season in the evening. It
Really?
was insane. Yeah, I was trying
That's
to get
what-
my buddy Sam a bird.
I had my bonus tag and I shot one second to last day. And the wife was like, "Are you gonna go tomorrow?" I was like, "No, done.
Yeah.
Done. I'm not going
Oh,
last
yeah, I
day.
don't- I don't
It's
blame
over.
you.
I'm
It's
done."
called a bonus tag for a reason. I was the same way. I was trying to get everyone else a bird last year, and it worked out really good.
That's what I told Danielle. I said, you're getting a bonus tag this year, and that's
Yeah.
all there is to it.
Bonus tag's the way to go.
Because that farm we went to, me, you, and Lane last year, killing every single one of them. Killing them all.
Jakes and everything.
All
Kill
of
them all.
them.
Kill them all. They all deserve to die.
After last year, and
Those are yard
Gobbler-pocalypse.
turkeys.
but they're big.
Yeah.
They are big.
If you guys could be so proud and just come up my camp with me for a week, we'd probably put 6 or 7 down, I'd imagine.
Well,
I'm
okay.
being- I'm
If you're
just-
not suffering, you're not turkey hunting.
You make yourself.
I'm going to
suffer.
that.
yeah, you make
You bring that upon yourself. sometimes.
that's all on you, pal.
I'm going to the Headland camp.
you don't have to hang with him all the time. Trust me, you
I'm a
come
proud
with me.
son of a
Listen,
bitch,
you don't
know that.
have to walk 18 miles
No,
to
you
kill
can
a
walk
turkey.
400
But
yards
you
up this
do.
hill, and there's like 8 birds roosted there.
See, and then I would see him, and I would feel guilty about it because I didn't suffer enough,
And
and
I would
wouldn't
shoot
it.
him, and you can film him then.
There'll be a back road that you can cut inside 500 yards, and he'll purposely take the side street that's 6 miles away. And
Yeah,
walk the
he'll
whole way
loop
across.
around the whole mountain.
He'd
and then
probably
he'll
park
walk
a
back.
car at that 500-yard spot so no one else parks there, then walk in from 3 miles away.
Come see me in my wetsuit when I'm walking out of there. Like, what are you doing? Don't ask questions.
The wind wasn't right.
Yeah.
You're hunting turkeys, Booer.
Why do you have a snorkel? What's that smell?
What's that smell?
You
That
guys
got
have
off the
all hunted
rails.
with me, so you all know. But I couldn't
Nah,
do it.
I
I
don't know
wouldn't
if I'll
feel
do it
right. On the
again.
first day, if one walked in front of me, I'd probably die from shock. If I was in the woods like 200 yards like that, I would
Yeah.
die from shock
Yeah.
right there.
I mean, I've literally been in the woods. Like, you know, I brought you to like some places behind my brother's
See, where
parents.
you shot your bird last year, you were not far at all from where I was hunting. That's the thing.
You just
You
gotta
were
make it
not
right.
far at all.
You just gotta make a right and then go up, and then make a right and then go up, and you're right there.
In a straight line, we were only like probably 2-3 miles apart.
If that.
If that.
If that. In certain areas, we're even closer.
See, and that's the thing. If the wind was blowing one way or the other, those birds might have been down my way.
And the
you know?
craziest thing was, I didn't see anyone hunting all year. I saw one guy up there, and you were like 400 people deep.
Well, where I
400
got
people.
where I was
that-
closer to you, that's where I wasn't
That's like-
seeing people.
There was a lot of people out.
Dude,
A lot.
it was
you
insane how
think,
many
400 or 500 people? That's like, if you go to the mountains this year, I went up there for one weekend, and there was trucks parked at every pull off.
Yeah,
Dude, literally.
it's like rifle
Literally.
season.
It looked
Yeah.
like rifle season.
Oh,
Yeah,
let's
used
go
to
to
that.
Colorado. There wasn't no one out there.
Oh.
Wait, you ran into all kinds of people out there. What are you talking about?
No, we didn't. Not where it counted.
Are there turkey in Colorado?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
Miriam's
care.
out there.
There's deer turkey in Colorado.
I don't
Deer
care.
turkey.
There's big.
Free range horned
Listen,
cattle.
We're doing
ones.
Oklahoma this year.
Yeah.
I verified it last night.
Okay, good, because I put my vacation in.
Good. We're doing it.
Sidebar.
Ho 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 ho.
So, what's your big plans for 2021?
Back to it.
Well, I got to shoot a turkey first.
We all got to shoot a turkey first.
That's the big thing.
Stop it! I
Just gonna keep doing what we've been doing. Probably got another couple years out of Willow. I want to push her some more, set some more goals for next season. But
I mean, she's only 4. You got quite a ways to go yet, right?
yeah, I told the wife maybe like 2-3 years I might get another puppy to start. So
It'd be a lot easier to train it behind her.
I was
I
just
have
gonna
a
say,
general idea what I'm doing
having
now.
Willow around that'll help a lot. They'll just
Yeah.
follow each other's.
You feel like she's coming into stride right now, or
this is the best year she's had.
Yeah.
Like I said, she's not flashy. She doesn't do anything special, but she seems to find a way. So
I
She
mean,
gets
being in
it
the
done.
top 10 in the entire country for that out of.
I pushed her every week
100.
this year. Like I told you,
Yeah.
since September, season started
yeah,
in
you guys have been
September.
grinding.
I've hunted her. This is the first Saturday that we've not been at a competition since September.
Jeez.
Yeah, she works right there.
Yeah, but the dogs love it, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they live for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
they have nothing else. They cuddle in bed with Joe, and they hunt squirrels. That's it.
She hunts and goes home and sleeps.
She has the most
There ain't nothing
hungover
wrong.
faces. Like that. You sent one just this morning. She was like, "Durr."
Oh yeah.
Turn that phone off. You know?
She got, like I said, you said she has attitude
Like
like
face.
no dog I've ever seen before.
It's
She
hilarious.
has a personality.
Like she'll poop, like with her butthole facing you, and turn around and stare at you while
Stare at
she's
you.
doing
She knows
it.
what she's
like,
doing.
It's hilarious.
It's fact.
She just looks at you like, you like what you see, big boy?
100%. It's hilarious. I've never seen a dog do like the little crazy things that like Willow. Like Willow is like a little like
She knows when
Diva.
I'm pissed. She knows when
she's
I'm
a little
happy.
diva. That's
Diva.
that's the word I was
That's
looking for.
a good word.
Yeah.
Pretty much
Yeah.
describes her.
Yep.
She's a badass diva.
She is
She
badass.
is. Pass me that crow, yo.
Wow.
You going out, that was good.
That was really good.
That was really good.
Really good.
Crow.
Dude,
Holy
you could
shit,
call
we
in a
could have used
flock
you
of crows.
today.
I just
Yeah.
heard
It's a murder.
We called in a crow today.
I just heard
Two.
a bird gobble on the next hill over.
Hey, pour some of that in there. Just
Hey,
a
are you
lot.
going out this upcoming weekend? Last day?
Yeah, I'm good.
Locally, or
We're,
is there another
we're doing
tournament?
a big squirrel contest up at the Hadley Club.
Nice.
If you guys are interested, or anybody listening is interested, Hadley, PA. It's $10 entry. It's just longest squirrel. That's all it is. Bring your
Really?
squirrel by like a 2:30 deadline. I'll post it to one of their pages, so anybody listening can
That's
see.
this
When is
but
that? That's Saturday.
That'll be this Saturday, last day of the season.
Might probably work.
It's good weather this week. It's supposed to be
don't know
45
if
on
this'll hit.
Saturday, so
This would be a total mud pit.
I don't know if this will
Yeah.
hit before then.
well, if not,
It'll be right around there, huh?
Hey,
Yeah.
we know where some big squirrels are. Those
don't
big
even get me
fox.
don't get me started on those squirrels.
Yeah, remember those donkeys?
To give people an accurate description, when you skin a deer, you have to take the fat caps off of a deer.
Like a fat doe's butt.
These squirrels had fat caps.
They were thick.
Dude,
Willow
what
couldn't
are
get it in
they
her mouth. It was like she was
Yeah.
dragging around like a, I don't even accurate description of what the size of these squirrels were.
the week before we went hunting, when me and you saw those two, it was archery. It was like what, the first week of November, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But there was no snow on the ground, and two of them went running through the bushes like 100 yards up the hill, maybe behind
Yeah.
us. But the way they were running, like beside each other, they're like kind of staggered, so their tails were there. But they were so big, I was like, "Oh my god, there's a coyote up there coming through." They were that big. The tails
Literally
were
thought
that
it was
big.
a coyote.
Yeah.
And then they came up to the side of the bushes, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's freaking two squirrels!" I was
Yeah.
like, "What in the HGH is going on up here, dude?" Like, it was insane.
100%.
What are they feeding those squirrels?
Oh, dude, there was some kind of like
Cat
Indian
food.
burial ground that they
HG
like.
acorns.
Yeah, HGH acorns.
They were big squirrels,
Good year
Yeah.
for white oaks.
and that one would not die. We shot it 3 times.
yeah.
Dude,
and
it took an arrow and 2 shotgun shells.
ended up bite. Willow finished it because it was still alive when it hit the ground, and it bit her.
Yeah.
Because she was like swinging it around by her mouth.
Yeah,
and she
that's
finally
on the
crunched down
video
and killed
actually.
Dude,
Yeah,
I felt
where's
so
this
bad
video?
about that.
her. She
It's
gets
on
bit
YouTube.
all the
yeah.
time now.
On YouTube, yeah.
Yeah.
From this year?
Last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
the
being a fan, Chuck.
Yeah, the
I've
thumbnail's
watched
the
them all.
thumbnail's
Missed
literally
that one,
Willow in the bed
apparently.
of the truck.
Yeah, sure, guys. I've watched it. Yeah.
Well, the first one we treed, I think that one was actually bigger.
Yeah,
the
that
biggest
one was
It was
massive.
bigger. That one got
was
away.
massive. That's
Yeah.
my bad.
We were trying to get it with
That
a
was a
bow,
wild one,
and
too,
it
though.
took us like 10 minutes to try to get a shot lined up
Yeah.
because we
Yeah.
couldn't. It was
straight up.
thick up in that tree.
Yeah, it was
was
pretty
a
far
poke.
up that tree.
It
for
was a
sure.
Yeah. And then it timbered out and went in that hole a couple trees over.
Yeah, and then Joe lost the GoPro off the shotgun, and
Yeah.
we had to like go
Oh,
back
yeah.
up
We
the
had to
hill.
backtrack.
That'll
Then I
happen.
almost
That
knocked
happens.
that tree over on Joe.
Yeah, that tree almost fell right on me. I
Dude.
forgot about
That was
that.
almost your last day.
Dude,
100%.
you can't make that. Like,
No.
it was literally like, it wasn't like a little sapling. It was a tree.
He went to lean on it and it landed, meted him away, and I'm just like,
That thing had like a 20-inch circumference, dude. It was huge.
And
Yeah.
it didn't look dead either,
No.
too. That was the scary part.
Jeez.
Like, I was going down the hill, and I went to, like, lean on it, like, walking, like, over some, like, weird stuff, and it, like, I almost fell over with the tree, and it...
right,
like,
at,
oh
right
my
at
God.
me.
How far did that miss you by?
Not far.
No.
Maybe
foot?
80 you away.
A foot? Oh,
That'll
maybe.
fuck up
Couple
the
feet,
butthole.
maybe. It was not far.
Maybe I'm just
get your
exaggerating.
attention.
It seemed, you know.
It'll get closer.
I
and
was
closer
scared
every
for your
time.
life. So.
I mean, dude, I
6
dropped a
centimeters.
dick. Yeah.
Actually,
That'll
Shared
pucker up your
years it'll
butthole
touch
there.
me.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was a good day though.
It
That was a
brushed
great
his
day.
shoulder.
That was good.
That was weird though. We were up there. It was the end of November. And remember we got up in that one before I pushed that tree over. We were in that grove of those maples that were all green still.
Yeah.
Every other tree like around was like already like
It
leaves
depends
off.
on some time of the year. Like when you finally get those wind and rainstorms, mid-November is when it finally, early
good
November,
windstorm,
mid-November,
yeah.
it starts to knock them leaves off the tree.
It was just crazy. They were green still. That was
Yeah.
the wild part. It was weird. There's a weird little
It's funny
hole
how
up there.
different areas will hold leaves longer, colored leaves longer. It's just
Yeah.
you don't even have to go far. And some places will have leaves, other places won't.
Are you still filming your hunts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whisper in the wind outdoors.
That's what
I
I was looking
have
for.
a new squirrel one coming up here soon. I just filmed this week, and I did an ice fishing tutorial.
Nice.
Chucky was
that'll be
looking for
coming
an
up.
ice fishing
You
guy.
did. You did pretty
Yeah.
good the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, we caught
I saw that. I gave you a shout out.
7 bass and a bunch of crappie.
That'll work.
My dad couldn't sleep. We're supposed to meet at the lake,
Yeah.
and we're supposed to meet at the lake at 7. I get there, and he's already out there. He was like, "Oh, I couldn't sleep, so I went out at 2 o'clock last night."
Holy
all,
shit.
Yeah, he fished all night.
Wow.
And we fished most of the
Did he
day.
get
but
anything?
Yeah, how'd
he
he
caught
do
quite a
today?
few crappie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw your
but-
bass.
Yeah, I think I caught a 15 and a half, 16, and a 19,
No shit.
and lost quite a few too.
Those are all keepers for the tournament.
I have a personal vengeance with the pike of moraine right now.
I don't
because
fish moraine anymore.
I wasn't
You know
fishing
this.
steel leaders, and they
They're
were
just
just cutting right
slicing
through the
them, yeah.
line.
Yeah,
I would
they're
set
super
the hook,
active
and
right
there'd be
now,
nothing there. I was like,
Yeah.
you saw, yeah. I wasn't
All
happy.
tip ups?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I jig and do tip ups, but
Yeah.
half and
Yeah, I mean,
half.
you got to set the tip ups out mostly
Yeah.
for that's what we do for bass.
It's
and
funner
stuff.
too because you got 4 or 5 lines out. And
There's nothing better than watching a guy run across the ice
yeah,
for 2
yeah.
That's sliding. I've only done it once, and it was terrible.
dude, it's
The
so
wor-
much
It was the
fun.
coolest experience, but yet the worst because
It can be
we
that
had
way.
we had one of them
It
big
definitely
like
is like
igloo
that.
things. that
Shanty?
we were-
Yeah.
I
shanty.
call shanty, yeah. I think
We had a
that's-
nice heater.
Ground blind, yeah.
Nice big, nice
Whatever
holes.
blocked the wind,
I was,
really.
I was in a t-shirt and shorts.
Yep.
No shit.
I was like, it's frozen.
Nah,
It's really
see,
cold, and I'm really warm right now.
You get to do it the hard way. You got to bring like a folding chair
I just
out.
bring a bucket.
I mean, that's,
Honestly,
Yeah,
just
I
do a
do a
folding
folding
fine
chair,
with me.
and
I just-
guess I'm
I-
bougie.
never.
It's fun. Listen, ice fishing's like
I don't
if you're
know anything
hitting,
about it, so
it's the best time in the world because you can't keep your line in the water. You literally just
I think
boom,
last
boom,
week
boom.
I drilled the first hole, set the tip up in the hole, set it up. I was drilling the second hole and my flag went up on the first one.
Nice.
I didn't
No
even have
way.
my second line in the whole water
that's
yet.
there's a
freaking
place
awesome.
out in Pulaski that would be awesome to ice fish. It's on a private property. It's like a quarry.
No shit.
Perch, crappie.
Yeah. Let's do it.
We
It
need to
would be
just go
fun.
out
I
the
gotta get
farm
a
one
hold
of
of the
these
guy.
days. We should
Yeah.
just do the farm one
We
day.
could do that.
Yeah.
We definitely could do it.
Yeah.
That
Just gotta
ice
make
is
sure your
probably
ice
the
is
same.
safe.
I'm
Oh,
sure that
yeah.
ice is thicker.
There's about 8 inches on moraine right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, then
that's
that's
probably
probably
frozen
that's,
solid.
that pond's probably frozen to the bottom.
Me and
Maybe.
Jeff were out there this morning. It was 2 degrees, real fill today.
Yeah.
It was rough.
What was that
freaking
snap you
cold.
sent me the other day? It was like you were out there. It was like, don't ever think you're tougher than the wind. The wind,
This
the
was
wind
like-
will kill you.
I didn't
and
take-
you're like up there like,
That
I
wind will
didn't take the
fuck you
shanty.
up.
I didn't take it. I was like, I figured I was going to do tip ups and I wasn't going to be in the shanty because I wanted to be able to move quicker.
Right.
20 mile per hour wind just cut right through you.
The worst part is like you're out in the middle of a lake. You
There's
think
no-
there's
there's
no
no
wind,
way to
right?
take
There-
it.
yeah,
it's
there's no
not
trees
windy
to block the
today.
wind.
Yeah, shit, it ain't. Get on that ice and
Yeah.
tell me it ain't
Yeah.
windy because it'll be like
Well,
0
even
to 20
That's
right
even when
now.
you take the boat out in the summer.
in the
There-
summertime
there's
it's
nothing
windy.
around. It blows
Same
you right
thing.
around.
Yeah.
Same thing.
You get a cold morning where it's 40 degrees. You think,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
it's going to be warm. It's 40 degrees, but
yeah, 40
wind
degrees
cuts
on
right
the water
through you.
is like
Yeah.
20 degrees.
Yeah.
Like,
Always dress warmer than you think
Yes.
you're going to need to dress because it
and that's
will
always
just tear
the
you up.
problem.
You can always take it off.
That's right.
But you can't find it and put it on.
how many times do me and you get like crushed on Pymatuming? Like
I hate
in weird
that
days.
place. I hate it.
We went,
Don't
dude,
you talk shit on Pymatooning.
Oh, listen. After what we did there,
Don't you talk shit on Pymatooning.
Dude, it looked
That's a
like
great
Deadliest
lake.
Catch when we were coming back, trying to get back to
I've
shore
been
that day.
there
It
with
took
a,
us
with
2
a little
hours.
May
single
1st.
boat, and literally I was going nowhere. I was
It
trying to
took
go
us
forward. I was
2
going
hours.
left.
Dude, it
Took
was
us
May
2 hours
1st. We
to
pulled
get back
into
to
the
the
boat
dock.
launch for this tournament, and it started snowing.
That doesn't
Honest to
sound,
God.
that doesn't sound like
We were
Pennsylvania
in-
at all. You're
we
full
were
of
in
turkey
shit.
season.
It sounds
Yeah,
exactly
we were in
like
our-
Yeah, you're full of shit.
full. I was in my one piece freaking hunting
Yeah.
thing, and
Dude, we were
still
soaked.
cold.
What are you fishing in May for?
I don't know. Just to
There,
try
there's
something
actually
different.
that's on the
turkeys?
YouTube. On
Yeah,
that
that's
video.
on that's on the channel. 'Cause
Dude,
it went. We went to Marine
It was a
afterwards.
Sunday, right? It was a Sunday. It was a Sunday.
Yeah, Yep.
Surely.
You definitely didn't hate
actually-
turkeys that bad.
It looked like Deadliest Catch. The boat, the waves were like coming over the top of the boat, and then I remember looking over to the shore, and we weren't moving. We weren't. I looked at him, I was like, dude, we might have to
I've
like,
been out
literally go
there.
to shore.
Yeah, I've been out there. In
But
some
somehow
storms.
the people that won that tournament weighed in. I think it was
There was only 2
they
people
did
that weighed in.
They did a 7 fish limit, so you could get 7 fish, but still at the same time they had like 28 pounds.
Wow.
I'm like, how did you do that? Where did you fish that you
Right.
weren't getting?
Probably the.
Like, he almost fell in the water when we tried to stop and fish.
That's why we turned
we
around.
were like, eh.
What part of Pymontuning were you at?
We
North,
were on the main.
South?
We went
We were
from
s-
north to south. We were supposed to
you, like,
start.
it's Snodgrass is where, and that's like the
we
kind
were
of the middle.
It was like in the middle, but we couldn't launch because of the waves. They were like, no, we can't launch here.
That's
It's
north?
like, but that would have been.
it was just
they
south
would have
of
been
this
south of the
causeway. So it's kind
causeway.
of the
Okay.
middle.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
middle.
it was
That's middle ground.
it was middle, and so we had to move, and we went up north,
Oh,
and it was calm up there. But then when we went south,
Forget it.
I was gonna say north of the causeway always seems calm, and
Yeah.
then south, dude, it's always
It's like
choppy. no
mayhem.
matter what.
It was miserable
well,
everywhere.
our thing was like, let's go and try and get on some smallmouth because we had, well, we had those
We
them
actually went
logs and like tree stumps and
We actually
marked.
scouted hard the week before.
And we went there and they weren't there. They were gone. These tree stumps that were probably actually in the ground were not there anymore. So I don't know where they
lost
went.
Fun,
But
fun
lost
fact of the day,
interest.
little trick we use. It's not legal. So buckle up.
Yes.
So
Buckle
buckle
up.
up here.
cut.
We'll take our Christmas trees.
Oh yeah.
We'll collect the neighbors' Christmas trees, and you take them to select spots that you want to fish.
Mm-hmm.
Put them in there before the ice or right after the ice, and that's where the fish are in the spring.
See, that's
That's
what that
where
loser
that's what everybody does
Factual.
that wins
at
Marine.
Marine.
Everybody,
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
everybody
the
does it
idiot
at
was
Marine.
posting.
He posted it. He
Kid just
filled
won
his whole
4
boat.
weeks in a row.
Yes.
He filled
I
his
was
boat
so
with
mad.
Christmas trees and took them out and dumped them somewhere.
A lot more. It's not really a secret. People do it all the time.
Oh, they
Yeah.
do it all the time.
Yeah.
Tons
But
of
if
people.
you're-
this kid and
At
he
Sharpsville, they do
he
it. The
wins
Game
every
Commission
week.
does it.
I was gonna say there's definitely
Sharpsville, they
areas where
have
the game
a
commission will take your
Christmas
trees.
tree donation,
Yep.
and they take them out.
See,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
If you're going the week
'Cause you
before
won't
you're
know.
fishing a tournament
Yeah.
and then posting
And you're
it
setting
on
the
Instagram
trees
that
in
you're
your
doing
spot.
this and then winning the tournaments every week.
That's fucked.
I did
Suck
see
it
something
off.
online. I
Suck
don't know
it.
if it's legal or not. My dad was telling me about it. So they have ice fishing wise, like a tube, kind of like maybe a 6-10 foot long tube with like green leaves and shrubbery coming off of it, and you drill the hole, and you stick that down the hole, just perfectly slide it down, and it draws the fish in because it has the oxygen and the greenery, and you drill a hole next to it. That's where you fish.
No way.
That's kind of cool.
People
actually.
are learning out there.
Are you allowed,
That's actually pretty cool.
yeah, are you allowed to bait fish in? I mean,
It's not really
You're
baiting
allowed
though.
to chum.
It's not.
They got those
It's
bait
just,
definitely
stuff.
not.
it's just providing cover
Yeah.
and
Not
oxygen.
It's not artificial bait or anything. Or like
no, it's not. I don't
Huh.
know.
Interesting.
Try it. Someone
Put
try
those
that.
on
and
our
tell me.
downriggers.
It would be hard to see like that working that quickly though.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know?
not sure. I've never used it. I just
Maybe
it's
put it
something
down.
I saw online.
Leave it for the night, and then
Like
come
a
back in
half-
the morning and just smash them.
Yeah, because I mean it draws them to it. It's cover.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
While we're on the
sense.
topic of moraine, and I can
Why?
honestly say that we've had more screwed up encounters at moraine than any lake by far. Do you have any good moraine stories, Lake Arthur stories, that come to mind?
I've never had really bad experiences at Marine.
See, we've
There-
had terrible.
the main bad
Still catch
experience
fish
that I
there.
found at Moraine is ice fishing. That people it happens in the summer too. That happens hunting too, I guess. People set up next to you.
Mm-hmm.
People don't scout, don't know what they're doing, and they just come in uncomfortably close distance to you.
I come like, oh hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Any luck?
You guys catching anything today?
Yeah. No, I'm not
No,
going
I'm
to tell you.
not catching anything actually.
Please
Don't
get away
mind.
from me.
We had a
Don't mind my
guy.
tip up.
Me and my dad were fishing, and this guy came over and literally where you're sitting, sat down next to us, and drilled a hole. My dad was like, "What are you doing?" He was like,
Surprised
"Get
your
the F
dad
out of
didn't
here."
bite
Oh,
him.
My dad was not happy.
Like literally bite him in the torso. Like,
In the torso.
Is this a
rabies.
friendly fire over here?
It was bad.
Wow.
I've never seen it that bad before. I mean, I've seen guys like 10, 15 feet apart.
People will drift road beds right next to us in the summer too. It's,
oh yeah.
People at Moraine don't have common courtesy. That's
No,
the
they
only.
don't.
That's the only downfall I have of that. Like,
They
I have
don't.
good luck fishing there all the time, especially through the ice.
Yeah.
But
So you're the one.
But any
You're
of the other
one out
lakes,
of a million.
No, through the ice we do.
Yeah.
We
Through
do
the,
good there.
I do better through the ice than anywhere else.
any of the other lakes that we've gone to though, like historically, like I can say we've never had any weird run-ins with anybody at any other lakes. Moraine,
No.
consistently. there's-
Moraine, every time we go, there's something weird happening.
Moraine's also the most fished lake
I
around
was just
here,
gonna
I
say,
think.
is
Yeah.
that because
Raped.
it's like right
Yeah.
near Butler, Newcastle,
Well,
like
that's-
the
well, that's the
cities?
only
It's the
lake
closest.
around
If you
here.
don't fish the rivers in Pittsburgh, everybody comes up to Moraine from Pittsburgh too.
Yeah,
But-
it's right on 79.
Yeah.
Like,
Even
you
in
just
like
pop right up.
like we'll go out and fish in April, March and April, and
That's
there's
when we do our best
and that's when
out
we do
there.
our best out there. Granted, it's out of season, so you can't keep anything. Not that we keep anything anyway, but like we're out there to fish for bass. That's what we do. You'll still have those 2 or 3 people that have the same idea, and that will like, you're running a bank, they're coming the other way. We'll, get our rods out of the water and to let them pass or like whatever.
They just keep coming.
Dude, they're damn near bouncing their jigs off the side of the boat, like.
Bro, we can go around each other.
Dude, the
before
one
we-
day,
you know,
the one day
it's
me
like-
and Joe Peck were out there, these guys came
Crazy.
down running a bank like that. Like we were fishing the shore too, which was even worse. Like, dude, you got the whole lake and you're on a boat.
Right, you're on a boat.
Dude, I sent a freaking 3/4 ounce jig right off the side of this dude's Triton, right off the side of it, dude. I thought Joe Peck was gonna crap his pants, dude, because these guys like, what the? And I just stood there like this, with the finger up, like, dude, get away. Like, and then we left after that because he was scared, but it was hilarious though.
It's like that token fly fisher guy, right?
Yeah, something
Well,
like that.
sometimes, I mean,
Token
sometimes you
trout
gotta
vest.
you gotta put these people in their place, like teach
Like,
them.
dude, they were coming. I mean, you know
what
how
I
close
mean?
you
Like,
run a bank.
We're
Like,
all, we're all pretty. We go by the rules. We have common courtesy and that kind of deal for the most part.
Yeah.
Until when you start messing around and like doing shitty stuff like that,
yeah.
you got to draw the line somewhere, and then that's when stupid stuff happens,
Yeah.
and you start sending 2-ounce jigs and right off their temples, and,
Or turkey loads. and
or
turkey season.
or
Yeah, right.
or a rifle.
3.5 inch.
Listen, if they're in range
Or
of your cast,
Not
that's
7mm
on
run.
them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's no longer on
honestly,
you.
dude,
I can't help it. I cast really far.
yeah,
the-
like
the
buddy
biggest-
just got away from me.
Perpetrators, though, are by far, and I hate to keep saying this, the freaking Dutchies. By far, dude.
I don't talk about them.
Funny Dutch story. All right.
There we go.
There
we finally
we
got it.
So we're at a competition. Okay, so dogs are treed. We've already declared the judge they're treed. We're walking into the tree. I think like 2 dogs were at the same tree. Gunshot goes off. We start running to the tree because we're like, dogs might be getting shot at. We're running in. We get there. Maybe a 12-year-old Amish kid sitting there with his 22. He was like, there was a squirrel up there. I shot it down. We're like, all right.
Did you guys get plus 100?
Yeah, got plus points for it.
You gotta hire that Dutchie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Finally did something good.
Did you slip a 20 in his pocket?
No, we were just so in shock that he was like, yeah, squirrel was up there. We saw that the dogs were barking up there, so it caught our attention. So we came over. There, squirrel was sitting up there.
Oh, that's too funny.
That's incredible. We're just a little bit over an hour. Do you guys want to ask some final questions for JoJo here?
Jeff got real excited.
Did Jeff
There
not?
we go.
Did he not come forward?
Bruh.
My guy.
Hey, my guy. You think you could, you think Willow would get on some coons at night?
Yeah, she treed coons during the day. That time we
Yeah,
went,
we were
3
out
of
there.
us. She
She
treed.
Remember
Yeah, that daytime
fat one,
coon?
that
Oh,
little
dude,
that
it's
little
huge.
tree.
Yeah.
Are we gonna
She is
start hunting
treed.
coons?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
Oh,
saying.
She's treated. I don't hunt her for coon mainly because I don't want her messing with a coon during the day.
I was just
Yeah,
gonna
that's a
say,
good
would
point.
you
That's a good point.
would you risk?
A
Hear
lot,
me
a lot
out,
of
though.
people do hunt their dogs as combo dogs, and a lot of people have a lot of luck at it. I just don't want to risk it right
She
now.
probably wouldn't
Yeah.
place 5th in the country though if you
mean-
try to combo her.
People combo dogs do very well. There's a lot of dogs that know what they're doing at the day and what time when they're doing it at night.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to. But she has treed a lot of coons during the day, and I'm sure there's other times where there's been a coon in a den that I just think it's a squirrel maybe. But
Yeah. I need a
But
good
she
coon
will treat
pecker for
coons.
my drink stir. You ever hear about that?
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what they are, toothpicks.
Yeah.
So
Redneck
what's
toothpicks.
final? If we're on the final questions, what's to come? Like, tell the people what's to come out of
Yeah, about your
you
channel.
and Willow
everything.
and your channel, and what's to come. Like, what's next year looking like? And
I've been very lazy with the channel. Haven't really done too much since 2 turkey seasons ago. This turkey season, I started out the year filming, and it got to the point where I didn't no longer cared to film. It was more,
Yeah.
Day
more
2.
in the
Yeah.
pursuit
Been
of
there.
turkey.
no doubt, no doubt.
But like I said, there should be from last year, I still have that 7-day squirrel hunting excursion, in which I think all of you guys were filmed. Collins is on there. I think that's actually the most viewed one. Pretty sure. We had a really good day that day, so if you guys want to check out Whisper in the Wind Outdoors on YouTube, there's a 7-day squirrel series. There's another one I filmed this past week. I think we treed one. I knocked it out of the tree. We have the ice fishing tutorial. I might do another ice fishing video as well. From there, I'm going to try to film this turkey season. No promises how that's going to turn out.
Well, listen, before you continue, like, get a hold of one of us. We'll come and film too.
Yeah,
we
all
got the big boy
for the most
cameras.
part,
Yeah.
so.
I mean, we'll come, like, just so it makes it a little bit easier on you. And then,
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you'll hit the turkey, you can go with me. I bring a lot of people that just don't want to shoot turkeys, apparently.
I shoot. I see it, I shoot.
So the opposite. I just don't want to come with you.
I know that.
But yeah,
But go on. I just
that's
want
the
to throw
intro.
that out there before I forgot.
Meanie head.
Non-page, pretty much we're just going to be the same thing we do, hunt the dog 4 times a week, just keep her in shape,
Just
be
keep
turkey
rolling.
hunting,
No doubt.
we're in the woods or on the lake no matter what. It's pretty
Good.
much all
Good
I
deal.
do, so
Nothing wrong with that.
If you're gonna get another dog, is it gonna be a blue tick again?
I don't know. I like blue ticks. She's a little bit mouthy. You know, when she starts barking and I just get mad and start yelling at her to figure it out.
That's just the relationship.
That's just the
It
hound
is.
in her, but I think I'll always have a hound.
Yeah.
People will ask. People want to like the curs. There's nothing wrong with curs. I like curs too, but when that hound comes onto a tree and hits that big locate, it just sends shivers up your spine, and I love that.
Oh, yeah.
No
Oh,
doubt.
Yeah.
It is, and you can, how you were describing to me, there's different barks.
Yeah, Willow's
whenever-
a
whenever
chop
she
dog,
was
so
treed-
you know exactly. You know, Booer knows, Jeff.
Yep.
You guys all know when she trees, there's a difference. She's barking
does-
to
it
bark.
does give you
There's no
chills.
stopping it.
It does give you chills. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It is kind of cool too when we like go out with you now. You're like, you kind of like delegate work to like, you know, me or Jeff, or like, you know, if we're with you, you're like, you know what to do. Just get the fuck out of my face. Like,
Someone
I
go
gotta
to
take care of
one,
the
someone
dog.
go
I
to
gotta
one
yell
side
at
of the
dog.
tree. Someone go to the other side of the tree.
You're the only one with binoculars. Figure it out. It's kind
Half
of
the time I'm
funny.
yelling at Willow to figure it out.
Yep. No doubt.
The first time we all went, Willow was barking a little bit too long and she couldn't figure it out. I screamed at the top of my lungs at this dog to figure it out, and Booer just looked at me with eyes wide open, like, what?
The most yelled phrase by far. Figure it out.
Well, I feel like she's figured it out a little bit.
Yeah,
She
I think
does.
she's on to something. She's on to
on-
something
yeah.
for sure.
More than it started out just getting a dog to have a dog, and it turned into something a lot more.
Yeah, winning
Invasive
trophies and getting ranked
Made
in
a
the
lot
nation.
of friends doing it, and
Hell yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's
no
been
doubt.
learning experience. I've learned. She's taught me just as much as I've taught everybody else. It's just I've loved it. Love working
Follow
with
the dog.
dogs, and
Follow the dog. The dog will never lead you
That's
down.
it.
down
I know.
that
I've had a
path.
blast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
no
part
doubt.
of a squirrel Facebook page now, thanks to Joe.
Yes, sir.
Beagles of Instagram.
It's an OnlyFans page.
OnlyFans for
I don't
people.
pay for that.
Tail squirrels.
You got anything, Chucky?
Good.
No,
good.
man. No.
To those of you that don't kind of know, I guess we did say Joe's like a good friend, but he is kind of, I would say, like Outcast extended family. Like, you know, we always are in, you know, contact with Joe, and we, you know, we always
Cahoots.
this is kind of like
We're
the
always
greater
talking
family,
and- yeah.
you know, of
Yep.
you know, our group of friends. So
We're
it's
always miserable together.
always,
Hell
always,
yeah.
always. So
Hell yeah.
it's great to finally get you
been
on
fun.
something and around, like, you know, other than just like goofy videos of watching Jeff climb trees.
Jeff climb trees and the dog barking
Yeah.
trees.
Yeah.
That's what Vanessa looks at me and goes, "You're taking videos of a dog barking at a tree. Like, what's so special about it?" I was like, "It's very special. Don't knock
Figure it
it."
out. man.
Don't knock
Figure
it
it out.
Don't knock
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Well, I wish you the
Figure
best
it out.
success moving forward, and
I appreciate it, guys.
I guarantee
Absolutely.
that we'll be involved in some more of your
I guess
stuff.
you
and-
guys know I hunting almost every day, so
Yep.
whenever you guys want to go, whether the season's in or not, we'll find a patch of woods and we'll be
Hell
out
yeah! Like I said, we'll hit that one in Pulaski.
Yeah.
It's a pretty decent size.
anytime.
There's 2 sides of the road too, so it's pretty good. Just gotta watch 422.
We got the GPS. I know where she's at.
We
And
can-
I've
we
got
can
a lot
walk-
more
we can
trust
walk
in
the
her over the
road.
last couple years. There was
Yeah.
a time period where she would not listen to anything I said, and we've changed that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Figured it out.
Figured it out.
figured it out. That's it.
So for everybody
she figured it out.
listening-
She's gonna get shocked if you don't listen.
You're going to get shocked if you don't listen to Joe. You're going to get shocked if you don't go follow him on Instagram, Whisper in the Wind Outdoors. I think there's underscores between the...
There could be, I don't
something
know.
like
Yeah.
that. You'll see it.
We'll tag it.
Go give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, don't be a wiener, and as always, stay the course.
Stay the course,
Stay the
baby.
course.